Ugh. Sometimes you just gotta smile. And here's what I know. Whenever I lose, I get a feeling. And if I lose something and I'm not irritated and I'm not like just pissed off, like it tells me I was interested, I wasn't committed. But when I lose and I get like furious, like I get like that feeling. And there's been times in my life where and I actually kind of like losing because it tells me if I'm interested or committed. So I'm big on spreadsheets and I'm big on math. And this week I think I've lost, well, man. So let's back up a little bit. If you haven't seen what's going on with EXP stock, like you've been under a rock. And what's fun about this is we're making real estate fun again by how, like the stories that I'm hearing. I just heard about a buyer's agent that had $170,000 in stock based on today's price, and stocks can go up or down. Yet when the shutdown happened, normally I fill my IRA with EXP stock, and I thought I put an order in, and I didn't, and I missed filling it. I missed filling the order in order to have it qualify, and there's a pandemic and everything going on. Yet I was running spreadsheets, so I have this idea. We're going to pay off our mortgage with EXP stock. So I've been running different scenarios, and many of you know that we have the Arenda, and we're going to have some nice proceeds from it. And the Arenda was bought with revenue share, and the reason we felt comfortable moving forward with buying a second home was we had enough revenue share that we knew that it was going to be predictable, that it would keep coming in time over time. And so when we were getting ready for the closing, I was looking at, well, what do we do with these funds? And it's kind of like playing Monopoly. And I was running through different scenarios, and I was looking at, do we take those proceeds and go buy stock? Because I have a good feeling about EXP, and I'm not giving stock advice, and you shouldn't listen to me about stock because, I mean, I don't even know what half the terms mean, but I was running through scenarios of taking $100,000 and going and buying stock, and I had these markers. Well, if we can get down into the 60s, and my marker was 69 because I'm a little bit immature, and so my marker was if it went down to $69, we'd spend the $100,000 and buy enough stock. And then my next number was 112. So if the stock got down in the 60s, we were going to buy $100,000 worth. And then if it got up to 112, we could cash out, and we have no debt anymore. And we wouldn't even be cashing out all of our stock, but like the portion that we have available, like it'd wipe everything out and completely debt free. And we didn't close on time. Oh, and I just laugh because here's what I love about it. It is what it is, and it's paper money. And if we're always going to play that game, we're going to be in trouble. Yet here's what I know. We learn more from our losses than what we do our wins. And my game plan was spot on. See, I love running test scenarios and having the data to back it up because my intuition was screaming at me that this was a good idea. If we can do this, then this. And I think it's important that we have data to back up our gut feelings, because my gut feeling was, it would have been a good idea to buy in the 60s, and it went down all the way to 61, and we had enough of a window in that we would end up getting back up. Actually, our other sell number was $126 on our other scenarios, and I thought, well, 112, and we've hit all these numbers. So here's my question to you is, what kind of spreadsheets are you running with scenarios so you don't have feelings involved? Meaning, I look at all the spreadsheets that I have going. My wife is probably getting driven nuts right now with all the scenarios that I'm running through our heads on what to do, when to do it, where our risk threshold is, when have we hit the home run and we're refusing to run the base because we want to hit another home run, and having these discussions before the emotions are involved. And I'm going to encourage you to know your numbers, know your math, know what chess moves you can do to put yourself in a position of freedom. I never got to witness 3 of my friends cash in some stock and pay off their mortgages. Now, again, this is where the mathematicians come in. And if you're going to start talking about interest rates and rate of returns, and let's see your net worth, let's see your balance sheet. So before you start doing that, here's what I know is I've been interviewing a lot of people that are really wealthy. Common denominator on a lot of them is, hey, when we paid off our mortgage, we got a lot of traction. Felt different. Like, I know the math might not work. So again, if you want to engage in that conversation, let's do it. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to be dropping our drawers and talking from real numbers. We're going to be showing our balance sheets. We're going to be showing our profit and losses, because so many people want to give advice, but they're not willing to show the real truth. That's one of the things I love about the people that I run with in my circle is we share our profit and losses. We share our numbers. We share our spreadsheets. We share all of this because financial IQ, write that down. What is your financial IQ? I know my financial IQ today compared to 5 years ago is a night and day difference. I know my financial IQ today compared to 10 years ago. Good God, I was trying hard to out earn stupid, and some will argue I'm still trying to do that. Yet, how many of you are working on your financial IQ on a regular basis? Like, for example, I've got my one sheet for the year on red light, yellow light, green light. I'm only allowed to have 6 one-on-one coaching clients that pay me $1,000 a month for that 1 hour slot. If I go to 12, that's red light, meaning I'm not allowing myself to do that, because that's where I retreat, because I know that I can't afford to be trading dollars for hours, even if it's $1,000 recurring income for that hour spot. How intentional are you getting with your time where before my last coaching call, I said, hold on, man, I just got to get these last seconds in, sending off a message. Meaning, what would your life look like if you hold your hours to a whole nother accountability and you worked a lot less hours? Meaning, I think some of us, what we're doing is we're getting in destructive abundance and we keep doing addition instead of subtraction. Right now, Sarah and I are doing another level of subtraction. Why? Because we are in the greatest opportunity of our company in the next 12 months. Like, we're going to look back and say, this 12-month period defined our company. I mean, for God's sakes, our stock hit $112. We're adding agents left and right, and not just agents. We're adding great agents. I added 2 or 3 agents in the last 7 days that are capping agents. They're really good agents. If you're not having fun selling real estate, give me a jingle. Let's have an open-minded conversation, and you will not be neutral when you get off that call. I'm going to help you make the decision to either jump and come over and join us. I'm going to probably make you an offer that you can refuse. I'm not going to steal you from anybody else. However, if you're not talking with anybody else and you want a deal, let's make a deal. Let's figure it out. I got a guy right now that I'm coaching one-on-one because you can't pay to get in my schedule. However, we can figure out how to get you over to EXP. And again, don't say I didn't try to tell you. Good God, like, I'm looking at these spreadsheets. I'm looking at the stock market. I'm having conversations left and right. I got a buddy that bought 7,800 shares of EXP stock, and like, he's super smart. He's sharing with me, like, I'm asking him questions. I'm like, I'm learning so much. Why? Because you got to be in the arena. And if you're not in the arena, don't give me any advice, because I'm gonna see if you're actually in the arena. I love my life. All right. Speaking of which, it's 5:03. I'm going to go spend some time with the family after I chill out a little bit. What an exciting day. Woo! Woo! Yeah! Glenn Stanford, if I could kiss you right now, I'd give you a big old smooch. Goodbye.